What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Lanzer back with another video, and in today's video we are going to be talking about a very strange topic that recently popped up about VR headsets that could kill you. That is right, this is a topic that I never thought I'd hear of, but here we are now. This story comes courtesy of Luckey, which, if you haven't heard that name before, Luckey is the man behind the Oculus Rift. That is right, the Oculus headsets that you all know and love, which are now known as the Meta headsets. Honestly, I think they should just stuck with Oculus, but on Facebook, was bought from Luckey back in 2014 for $2 billion by Mark Zuckerberg and the Facebook Corporation. Ever since then, Luckey has essentially, for all intents and purposes, been doing whatever he felt like it, and he's usually very active on Twitter as well. Now, a couple days ago, on November the 6th, which that date actually has a very important marker, so we'll get back to why in a little bit, he made an announcement about the fact that he had created the world's very first VR headset that could end you. Now, what he did was take a MetaQuest Pro, very fitting, and strapped it with 3 explosive charges that when you die in the game, it will be triggered and will blow your brains out. If that sounds a little too good to be true, let's go ahead and read the story together, shall we? Here's an article from The Insider which states the Oculus founder, who was later fired by Facebook, created a VR headset that can kill people in real life if they die in a game. Very strong, very morbid, but let's keep going, shall we? So Luckey kind of stated where the idea of tying your real life to your virtual avatar has always fascinated me. Instantly raise the stakes to the maximum level and force people to fundamentally rethink how they interact with the virtual world and the players inside it. Only the threat of serious consequences can make a game feel real to you and every other person in the game. Here's a picture of the murder machine that Luckey has created. And if you will notice in that picture, there is a sword right there. Yes. For those who are very familiar with the anime Sword Art Online, that is Kirito's sword that is in that picture. So, safe to say, he took a lot of inspiration for this from the Nerf gear from Sword Art Online. And for those who have been following the creation of the Oculus Rift back in 2012 when he first announced it, Luckey made it very clear that he was a big fan of the series and a big fan of the Nerf gear as well. As to why Luckey decided to choose explosives as his weapon of choice, he states that, unlike the fictional version of Nerf gear, he could not figure out how to kill the wearer with powerful microwaves, so instead he opted for explosives in this creation. Now, as to why he decided to make this, which also I am also very curious as to the fact of, does this actually work? And if the answer to that is yes, how does he know that it works? Did he test it on some dummies? I hope he tested it on dummies and not anything living. Ugh. Right now, Luckey says that this project of his is no more than a piece of art, hopefully never to see the light of day. But at the same time, he also said this, which has me slightly concerned. This isn't a perfect system, of course. I have plans for an anti-temper mechanism that, like the Nerf gear, will make it impossible to remove or destroy the headset. Even so, there are a huge variety of failures that could occur and kill the user at the wrong time, because that's apparently a concern. This is why I have not worked up the balls to actually use it myself, and also why I'm convinced that, like in SAO, the final triggering should really be tied to a high intelligence agent that can readily determine if conditions for determination are actually correct. It's starting to not sound much like an actual art project there, Luckey. The fact that you're saying that the only reason you haven't tried it yourself is because there are a lot of situations that could go wrong and end you prematurely doesn't give me a lot of confidence. I feel like I have to be worried about the future of VR headsets at this point, because if someone else has a very bright idea like this and decides to make an actual functioning VR headset that could do this, let's just say that SAO doesn't seem too far off now. Now, as to why the date of November 6th is very important to the fact that Luckey decided to make this announcement on that day is because of the fact that in SAO, November 6th, 2022 was the day that the game was launched and people logged in, and that was the day that people got trapped in the game. So that is why that date has such a major significance, and I'm assuming that was one of the major reasons why he decided to reveal his little art project on November 6th, 2022. I mean, good on him. He clearly is a very big SAO fan, that's for damn sure. I mean, check out his Twitter. His profile picture over on Twitter is that of Akihiko, who was the creator of Sword Art Online and the Nerf gear. So clearly he takes a lot of inspiration from that character. He must really idolize him, that's for sure. Now, I want to believe that all of this was just a fun project slash joke and it doesn't actually do anything, Like, I actually hope that it's not actually relatively functioning where it can actually blow up, because if it does, again, that raises a lot of concerns on my end, and I hope it would for the rest of you as well, especially if you are a VR enthusiast. But that is it that we know from this story so far. Again, I do, like I said, I am assuming this was just a fun little light-hearted, dark-hearted joke on November 6, 2022, just to kind of honor the release of SAO and the interesting concept that that world had. So fingers crossed this will never ever see the light of day in any shape, form, or fashion, because after all, Luckey did close out his little interview by stating it is also, as far as I know, the first non-fiction example of a VR device that can actually kill the user. However, it won't be the last. And then he says, see you in the metaverse. See you in the metaverse indeed, Luckey. See you in the metaverse indeed. But once again, that is it that we know about this story. Let me know what you guys think about Palmer Luckey's little creation in the comment section below. Are you guys concerned, or are you guys just pretty sure that this was just a little dark-hearted joke of some kind? If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button. And if you love what we do here on this channel, make sure you subscribe so you never miss one of our new videos. And turn on that notification bell as well so you always get a notification as to when a new video drops. That is it from me, everyone. I hope you have a good one, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.